all looking for the perfect life. We're all peeping at the neighbors like some peeping Tom to see if they manage.
My neighbor just got a new car. Did she find a rich man? My neighbor just got a new car. Oh my goodness, I need to find a rich man too. This energy is not working. This energy is not working for me. I can't believe it. Oh, my neighbor just got a new car.
Yeah, I used to dream of those places where, there are high buildings and there's a lot of energy. Skyrockets running up and down to make a living and to work so hard to survive. I love the noise, the busy streets, the red light districts. Lights, action, camera! I was always chasing the streets in hopes of finding a man. Not just any man, but a rich man. Blonde hair, blue eyes, European man. But I tried at each street corner, every dating app that was ever produced. But none of them wanted me. None of them. None of the blonde hair, blue eyes men. But even while I was hunting, there was an ache in my chest. There was an ache in my chest. You see, I used to go hungry sometimes, like hungry. But the real reason why I had this hunger in me and this ache in my chest is because some days I had absolutely nothing to eat, you see, because I was in Mexico making absolutely nothing. I was broke. I couldn't afford dinner. And I remember I used to go on dating apps to meet men. And even if I didn't like them, I would have them take me out to dinner just so I could eat and get by for that day. But for a while, I wasn't catching any of the fish that was in the sea. And therefore, I developed this bad gas in my chest. And it's the real reason why I always say I have this ache in my chest. It was caused by hunger and gas pain. Oh my goodness. But then one night I met a man who told me he is a prince in Africa, on the African continent. And I believed him because he took me out, he invited me out, and he brought me lots and lots of food. I've never had anyone brought me so much food ever in my entire life. I couldn't believe it. And then he told me his name, Frederick Marwa, and he's a YouTuber. And immediately I Googled him and I saw millions and millions of dollars, and I said to myself, oh my God, this is it. I don't like black men, but I want money. I need money. I can't stay in Mexico and suffer like this from hunger. So when he invited me to the African continent, where he said it's free from toxins, I will not have any toxins in my body because he has a river and a huge mansion, I decided to take him up on his offer, and he purchased my ticket and took me to Africa. And this is how I got to Africa. And then we made passionate love. Well, not really passionate, but we made love. And I mistakenly got pregnant. I got pregnant. And now I'm stuck. And I was so depressed. I was sad. I wasn't really happy. I wasn't really happy because I was still yearning for the lights, cameras, action, because this was not what I wanted. I realized he wasn't Africa rich. He was village rich. I realized he was only village rich. And I wanted to leave. But then I realized I can get a lot of free things from people, because he has a lot of people who doesn't have common sense, and they give him money, and he told me the tricks. He taught me how to get free money, and I'll never have to work a day in my life. I'll never have to work hard again in my life. I'll never have to look at the neighbors again to see what they're doing and see if they're doing good and to see if they purchase new cars, because now we can beg people for money and they will purchase us a car if we want a car. Whatever we want. I wanted horses. They bought us horses. We wanted a van. They got us a van. Now I want a car. They're going to get us a car. Anything I want, they're going to get me. What better life could I have asked for than this? You see, so I'm going to be here and pretend to be this Mzungu wife. Pretend as if I love the village life when I really don't. I'm going to pretend to be this African wife for him so that people can send me more money and they can watch my videos and believe that everything that I'm telling them in this poem is the truth. And they will love me more. You have to do things and say things to make people love you on YouTube. Because if you don't, you won't get any views. They won't watch you and they won't send you any money. He taught me all the tricks in the game and I am using them to my advantage. That is my point that I have for you guys today. You see, and this is the reason why. I'm telling you that I wanted blonde hair and blue eyes. And this is the reason why the other day I called him Monkey. Yes, I did. I called him Monkey. I had to edit my video so no one could see it. But those reactors, they caught it. They caught when I called iammarwa. When I called my husband a monkey when he was climbing the tree. And I didn't call it out once. I called it out 3 times. I called him a monkey. And it just slipped out of my mouth. Usually, I say it behind his back, between me and my family, or amongst me and my family. But somehow that day, it just slipped out of my mouth. But the reactors caught it, and now they're spreading it all over YouTube that I called my husband a black husband a monkey. I don't regret it, though. I do not regret it. I don't regret it. I don't regret it.
Welcome and welcome back to my channel, guys. It is Mzungu Pebbles. Thank you for always coming back to watch me. It's a pleasure having you here. Sorry, I just had to do that skit with Madam Parasite. She did her poem the other day and pretended as if she wanted this life in Africa in the village, when truly, if you go back to some of her previous videos, we can tell that this was not what she wanted. And this is one of the reasons why I uploaded one of my older videos the other day, to remind people of everything that she said, how she researched Marwa to see what he was worth before she decided to take him up on his offer to visit Africa. Okay, so that was just a funny skit. I hope you enjoy it. The poem is called The Truth. Okay. Anyway, at the end of the poem, I mentioned that she called him the M word, monkey. And I couldn't believe it. And I will leave the clip here of her calling him monkey 3 times. I had to search for that clip because it appears that they deleted the clip from her video because they were afraid of backlash. Now, we all know that calling someone the M word, calling a black person the M word is a no-no, okay? For a Caucasian person, or any person for that matter, even another black person calling another black person the M word, it is bad. That is bad.
I once saw a story of a white South African estate agent who was forced into going into hiding after her Facebook post for calling black people monkeys for dropping litter on the beaches. Okay, this caused like a firestorm in South Africa. People were very upset, and the human rights agency became involved. Her words, she said, "These are monkeys that are allowed to be released on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day onto public beaches and towns. Obviously, they have no education whatsoever, so to allow them loose is inviting huge dirt and troubles and discomfort to others." Those were her words. And of course, she's Caucasian. What do you expect, A lot of people didn't agree with what she said. She posted an apology, but that didn't go over well. Of course, a lot of these people will say it's non-racial. This is what she said. She said, I did not mean it to be a personal insult to anyone, before insisting she was not, it was not a racial, word to her. And, how she carried out acts of charity for underprivileged people of all races. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. This is what they all say when they get caught, and when they have to apologize. But Rocio never will apologize, because guess what? She doesn't care, and no one holds her accountable, and it's one of the reasons why she doesn't apologize. If we begin to hold these people accountable for these words that they are using to degrade black people, then and hit them in the pocket as well, then they will begin to, apologize and don't do it again. But if you let it slide, she's going to do it all over again. And perhaps not to Marwa, but she's going to call the villagers that word. And she's going to get away with it. Why? Why are we allowing her to get away with calling people, black people, all these degrading names? Why? Please, people, explain to me. Explain to me. I am not understanding. And it's very, very upsetting to me that she's allowed to do these things and no one is holding her accountable for it. Come on, man. You may like the person, but at the same time, there is a cutoff. You have to say, I am sorry. This is not acceptable. And the same goes for me as well. Many times, these people from her camp come over to my camp to tell me, you are going to go to hell. God is watching you, Ray, for saying these things about Marwa and his beautiful family. You're going to go to hell. Don't forget that God is watching you, and yada, yada, yada. But when they do these things on their channel and we see it, you guys don't see it. You turn a blind eye. All of you are going to hell. You will be in hell to serve me water. I can tell each and every one of you who come to my channel and tell me this nonsense. You all are going to hell too, because no sin is any different than the other. Okay? If there is only one God and he's watching all of us, I am sorry. He's not just watching me. So he's watching what Rocio is doing as well. Go tell her to stop degrading black people. Y'all don't come to my channel again and say shit, because I will cuss each and every one of you out. Each and every one of you. Back to back. Okay? Y'all know I don't give a shit. Y'all know me already. I do not care. I will cuss you. Okay? But this angers me. It angers me. And I hope the news gets out there. I hope the clip gets out there. And Rocio, you will never get a brand deal because I'm saving this clip, darling. You can delete it 100 times. You can delete it. Y'all could do whatever y'all want. This clip is saved. Anytime you even hit America to get a brand deal, I am dropping this clip to whomever give you that sponsorship or that deal. Okay, darling, I'm telling you, you'll never get a brand deal. You better come apologize. And if a lot of her subscribers caught wind of that, they would be upset. I'm not talking about the silly, dedicated fanatics who always say, oh, she doesn't mean it like that. I understand what she was saying. Just like when she said she did not like black Americans, and they said, oh, she didn't mean it like that. I know exactly what she meant. Are you serious? So for her to call a black man the M word, M-O-N-K-E-Y, twice, while he was climbing a tree, and I'm not talking about a black person that looks like me. I am talking about a jet black person that is as dark as my hair color. Okay? The M word that people would say, find an excuse to say, she didn't mean it like that. She meant every word of it. That girl meant every word of it. This is how they see him. This is how they see people who are of a darker hue than them. But for her to call him that and then has a mixed child, then that is something else. Girl, check yourself.
Check yourself before you open your mouth. Because if you was in America and call a black person that, I am sorry, they would finish you. But you think you can bring your little European whatever to Africa, and because Africans are so, I don't know what to say. I'm not going to say all Africans. Jesus, please, y'all don't come for me, okay? Because some Africans are so nice and quiet and they think everything is a joke, that you can use the M word on them and they don't say anything about it. It's cool and it's okay. Well, it depends who you use it on, because it's your man that you use it on. I'm pretty sure if you had used it on someone else, it would not have ended like that, Madam Parasite. It would not. You're wrong, sweetheart. Who is you to be calling someone the M word? Huh? What if someone was to call you the M word as well? Because those animals come in all kind of color, darling. All kinds of color. What if someone was to call you a horse? Okay, since you want to be defining people as animals, what if someone was to call you HORSE? Then you would have a problem with it. Do you see what I'm saying? You wouldn't take it as a joke. To you, it wouldn't be a joke. They call him Kenge and you guys get upset. I don't know what Kenge means. Okay, I don't think it's a bad word, because I think I Googled it when they were saying it's a bad word, and it appears that it wasn't really a bad word. You guys got upset for people calling him Kenge. Kenge. But yet, you're going to call him the M word and laugh about it, giggle about it? Lord have mercy. D, please knock some sense in your brother head. D, I'm telling you, knock some sense in your brother's head, because he has lost it. For an African man, he has lost it. I have never seen an African man degrade himself this way. When I was growing up and people tell me about Africa, all I thought about was the men are strong men. This is how we are taught, like Africans are strong people. Okay? But this is a weak link. A weak link. A weak link. Because there is no way anyone would call me the M word and I wouldn't cuss them out. I don't know. All he did was laugh and came down out the tree. Like, come down, M. Come down, M-O-N-K-Y. Monkey, monkey.
Sorry. Sono in testa di essere frisoretti. You're not so ready, so let's go with this.
Monkey, 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 monkey.
What's up, boy?
Those were her words, not mine. It's not champagne, darling. It is ting, okay? It's ting, not champagne. I was livid. I was livid when someone mentioned it. I was like, what? No, I don't believe it. I didn't believe it. Until they told me where I could go and find it on someone else's page, because apparently she deleted it from her video. So I went and found it on someone else's page, another reactor. And I'm like, I can't believe this. And he was in the tree hanging off, just like how the animals do, I guess, to laugh along with her, with her. Now, Rocio, let me ask you this question. No, Madam Parasite, let me ask you this question. What if someone in Europe calls your child that? How would you feel? When you go back to live in not Europe, but when you go back to live in Argentina, South America, when you go back to live in South America and you have a black child, your child is black, okay? He's not white, he is black. He's not Hispanic, he is black, okay? So when you go back to Argentina and someone says this to your beautiful, beautiful child, how would that make you feel? This is what I want you to think about. How would that make you feel? Come on. You need to come out here and tell the people that you're sorry for. You didn't probably make up a story, say you didn't understand that it was taboo. I'm pretty sure you went to school, you traveled all over Mexico. You know certain words you're not supposed to use. What are you going to use? The N word next? Is that what you're going to use next? Don't worry. The same thing you're doing to someone else's son, someone will do it to yours. I am telling you. And you're not going to like it. So what you said was wrong. I don't know if you didn't understand. I think you understood perfectly well. But if you didn't, you need to come out here and say to people, you know what? I honestly didn't think before I say what I said, and it was wrong, because if someone say this about my child, I would be offended. And I think I've heard, you know what it is? In Argentina, they say this a lot. They call black people this a lot. Marwa was walking the street in Argentina before, in that neighborhood that she's from. And I heard someone call him that very same word before. And he laughed. Also, previously, when he was in Argentina, before he met her and before he even knew her. And he was in Argentina, I think, 2 years before. There were a group of guys he was talking to. And they were calling him this word and he was laughing. They were calling him the M word and he was laughing. So apparently in Argentina, it is a word that they use that is common, that is towards black people, and she knows that it is offensive. And this is exactly how she sees him. And this is exactly how she sees all the people who are sending her money. All those black people. This is how she sees you guys. You guys are the M word, okay?
So earlier I made this video in 2 parts with the giveaway at the villa and Rocio stuff. But I decided, you know what? I'm not going to mix this because it's not blending with the other parts. I'm separating this piece of the video. So I will upload 2 videos today. All right. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. As usual, I said that I'm only 50 subscribers away from 1,000. So subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you very much. See you soon in the next video.